Hello, my name is Seth Weinberger. I'm the Executive Director of Innovations for Learning. We are an education nonprofit that has been serving the Chicago Public Schools for 15 years, developing educational software for beginning reading and math. Approximately 2 years ago, we developed a handheld computer, the TeacherMate, to run all of the software that we had developed over the past 15 years in an effort to scale our activities beyond Chicago. We now are in the hands of 15,000 students in the United States in 50 different cities across the country. And in cooperation with Stanford University and some folks at Harvard, we are expanding globally. We have pilots in Mexico, the Philippines, South Korea, and pilots are planned for Rwanda and other places around the globe. The concept of the TeacherMate is to get all of the information of the world to a student in a remote area by means of basically USB connection. So the way our system works is that a teacher somewhere who's responsible for the education of the students has a PC that's connected to the internet. And on that, the teacher indicates who the students are, what reading groups they're in, what kind of basal instruction or written instruction they're using, and that information is then synced by a USB cable to this device so that when the student turns it on, it's an individualized lesson plan for the student, but based exactly on where the class is at that given moment. So there are various reading games on the device. The words from those games are taken from the basal that week. Everything is in Spanish as well as in English, and the teacher can decide how much Spanish support to layer in at any given time. Our goal is to have 100 languages supported on this device, and we've created a web-based tool to have sort of a managed system for developing adaptations and translations of our content into the 100 languages. Our model that we are most excited about in the developing world is one in which a new teacher is trained in a city or village where there is internet access and electricity. They use the TeacherMates to help in their training every night to assist them in learning English or whatever language is being taught in that country by the teacher. Then in the morning, the teacher will bike to a remote village where there is no electricity and no internet access, and take them with them on the bike, as many as 50 or 60 of these devices, to work with the students. The battery life is about 2.5 hours. They'll work with the students with these devices, also without these devices for the day, drain the batteries, and then bring the devices back home with them for the evening. The teacher will work with the device again for herself or himself, his own education, and then sync new content onto the devices, and then in the morning start again biking to the village with the devices. This enables all of the world's content to be brought anywhere without any need for a stable cellular connection. We view this device as a bridge for us. We expect that there will be low-cost Android devices coming down the road, perhaps even a low-cost iPhone, other kinds of cell phones. But for right now, we can develop this. Our manufacturing cost is $45, and we control the entire environment from hardware, software to the platform so that we can develop anything we want and offer the world to develop open source applications for this as well. When Android devices, cell phone devices, iPod touches, whatever, come down in price close to the $45 price point of this, then we'll port all of the activities that we have on here to those next devices. But meanwhile, we can get started with all of the very complex things that need to be researched in terms of what content do you need to provide, what kind of training and professional development do you need to provide, how do you integrate the technology into whatever teaching or learning system is already in place, There's a huge number of research projects that are underway by us and by other folks right now as it relates to the TeacherMate with regard to using handheld instruction. Look forward to speaking with you at USAID and others about possible partnerships around the globe. Thank you very much.